everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. In today's game, a very good defense will be on the field. The Vikings are top 10 in fewest points allowed, and they'll be up against a Bears offense that wants to hang a big number on them. So for the call of this week's 17 matchup, let's send it out to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage takes us to one of the newest jewels on the NFL landscape, US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and run.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll come out in the pistol. The first carry for the tailback, Jeremy Langford. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Let's just go ahead and state the obvious. You're going to want a big game out of that guy. Big-time run to get things started. But even more importantly, coming in on the road, trying to silence the crowd, take them out of it a little bit, slow down the emotions of the game, and get yourselves under control and feel like, yeah, we're going to be okay on the road.
Langford again. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Chad Greenway in on the stop. Now Cutler to throw on second down. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take it down to the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well. And most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
They'll throw on first down with Cutler. Completion left side to Miller. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
First carry now for Jordan Howard. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and we'll still get the first down. They love being physical.
On first, they go right back to Howard. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Second down following the run. Play action. It's Cutler. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
When you decide to run a hitch route, it really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
They'll try to run for the first with Langford. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
Out of the gun, it's Cutler. That's caught at the 2. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Alshon Jeffrey hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. Oh, spinning away. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So a defensive brain lapse there and an encroachment penalty.
Sometimes when you don't watch the football and make sure that it's snapped, you're watching the offensive player, and they can influence you occasionally and look like they're getting ready to move, and the officials don't detect it.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they get 28 yards on that one. And it'll be a Minnesota first down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Here's the offense, and when you talk about this offense, you certainly have to talk about all-day AP, Adrian Peterson.
Does not shy away from contact. Also has the speed to go the distance. It's the rare combination that you get from one of the great runners of all time in the NFL. 2,000 yards every year is the goal. I never bet against him.
Bridgewater now. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third. Defensively, the starters for Chicago, and they feel like they've got a big-time disruptor in Leonard Floyd from Georgia.
And when the draft process began, there was a mixed bag of opinions about Leonard Floyd. But as time went on and he tested and people saw him work out and they saw the sheer athleticism, people realized they better move fast to get him, and the Bears did, moving up in the first round to number 9 to pluck him.
And again, it's Bridgewater. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put it up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
To the air again with Bridgewater. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. A first carry now for Adrian Peterson. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. They run again with Peterson. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And as we've seen throughout this season, it's no picnic trying to score touchdowns against this unit. They're ranked #1 against the run. But it's also difficult because it's not easy to throw the ball against them either.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Surveying the field. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, try to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. Now it's Langford. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The play clock's running down. They snap it at 1. Now it's Cutler. And he's got Miller. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Again, we'll see the pistol here. This is Langford on 1st and 10. And down to the 36-yard line here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Howard receives it from Cutler. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They'll run from the pistol with Howard. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses. And now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
The catch made by Miller. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Another pistol look here. To throw, Cutler. His throw caught at about the 5. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Marquise Wilson. Now for the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. We focus our attention on the Bears defense now. And the interception the last time they were out there ended up leading to a touchdown.
So the only thing they didn't get really was the pick 6, because that's what everyone wants. Take it immediately to the end zone, but their offense capitalized on the takeaway and turned it into the 6 points they were looking for.
Yeah, set them up pretty, got the touchdown. Now they're back out there defensively. Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. And he powers his way up past the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. When you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go. After watching that play and result, I go back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator, Brandon, before the game and said, how are you going to move the ball running it against the #1 defense? He gave us no indication. Didn't tip his hand at all, so we have to see how this unfolds as this game moves along.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. He's got time. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
Over the middle here to Rudolph. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves and sticks.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
First down, here's a run with Peterson. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12.
But there's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Bridgewater to throw it. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. Second down, Bridgewater. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. Well, he just threw an interception last drive, nearly another pick.
And things aren't very even right now, are they? It's a little bit sloppy out there, isn't it? It's kind of just for...
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adrian Peterson Anderson. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. That oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And so we have the touchdown now. Here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Bears offense now gets set to head back. They isolate Jeffrey to the left side. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now Cutler. He's got time in the pocket. And he's going to be taken down. Cutler sacked. Danielle Hunter in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
On second down, Cutler. They go screenplay to Langford. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd.
Playing coverage here.
Now Cutler looking to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So a change of possession here on the Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A second down throw for Bridgewater. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
They ran that one well. And not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Tracy Porter with a pick. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And quickly they get to the line. Now Cutler to throw on second down. Catch made right side by Wilson. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
On 1st and 10, it's Cutler. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Riley Cooper, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
In most pass defenses, the guy playing safety has the ability to roam free and try and go to the football. But when you're in man, you've got to cover just like a guy playing out on the corner. Lock up on the receiver and go to the football. That's exactly what he did, batting that one away.
Now it's Cutler. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So ways to go here on 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, Cutler. And Miller with it over the middle. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a good kick there, and they finish off the drive with 3.
And that should be the goal for an offense, finish each drive with points. So that's a nice job there to come away with it.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes Diggs. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Adrian Peterson was the intended target, and it's 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
Let's go.
On 2nd down, Bridgewater again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph, and it's 3rd down.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
It's caught by Treadwell. A good pickup there at 22. And the offense moving quickly to the line. 1st down, Bridgewater. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And Lutz's kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So a field goal here. They're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
This will be taken in at the 1. Oh, little 360.
Oh,
and he'll take this one near the 25. Call it the... Final play of the half. It's Cutler. They go screenplay to Langford. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. The Vikings have an edge in time of possession.
Okay, well, so much for the halftime report here. Guy can't even finish his Snickers. We're going to get right to the third quarter. Let me spit this out. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 20. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Here's Bridgewater. And his throw is incomplete. Cordero Patterson, the one he was hoping to get it to. And it's third down.
Let's go. Tiger.
On third down, Bridgewater. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Here's Brandon Fields now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with... Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll try to get the ground game going with Langford. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. Tackle made there by Sharif Floyd.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Off the play fake to Langford. It's Cutler. Out to the right here to Wilson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective. So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker.
Now Cutler in trouble. He lost the football. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Again, Peterson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
They come up in an offset eye. Bridgewater gives to his tailback, Peterson. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
When the 4-3 defense is functioning really well, you know who stays what we call clean and no one gets to him? The guy playing the middle linebacker position, the guy we call Mike. That means the defensive front is eating up all the blocks and just let him go to the football and make a play.
He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. So 3rd and 5, 3rd and medium here.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
A gain of 8 and a first down.
Okay. I'm not a fan of any routes that just, turn around defensive backs, mainly because I was a defensive back. But the comeback route is so difficult because to sell it, you're selling it like it's a deep route before you come back towards either the line of scrimmage or the sideline. And, boy, that one worked to perfection.
Now a play fake here on first down. Finding time. His throw incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. On second down, Bridgewater again. This will be caught at the 2. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point try now for Walsh. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. On second down, Cutler. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
On the counter, Langford. And now it's out. Langford loses the football. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They isolate Jeffrey to the left side. Now it's Cutler. Jeffrey with a catch left side. Touchdown, Chicago! Alshon Jeffrey with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead.
I know we often laugh and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve. Extra point forthcoming. And they will take a 7-point lead now. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Bears defense as they head out to set up shop now. In a tight ball game here, and in these close ones, every drive becomes magnified.
And we don't want to overuse the word critical, but it feels that way as they head out there for this possession. They need to get the ball back and give their offense a chance to get them totally back into this game.
We'll see if the defense can do just that here. They start the drive with Peterson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical. Spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
To throw is Bridgewater. And complete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. Following the penalty, it's Peterson. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. And the evidence shows last week's game, it's really leaked into a second game now. Charles, what do you think of this?
And it's a surprise, isn't it? Because when we spent time watching them practice, talking with the coaches, they felt like a bounce back was going to happen this week. They were very confident in the game plan, thought the defenses they would see would present great opportunities.
It's caught inside the 25. The young connection hook up there. Bridgewater to Diggs. 57 yards.
I know they had good coverage downfield, but you have to wonder, on 3rd and long like that, how does that happen that they can get that far downfield and complete a pass? You got to guard the sticks, understand where you are, so it's almost like someone fell asleep at the switch, and now that the play's been completed, they've got to dust themselves off on defense, pick it up, and figure out how to not let that happen again.
Peterson alone in the backfield. He'll get the football here. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Here's McKinney, and he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th.
Let's go.
3rd down, it's Adrian Peterson. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
Let's go.
Desperation time. 4th down. Bridgewater. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. Give him 7 on the play. And the decision to go for it pays off. They've got a 1st and goal.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big-time throw on 4th.
Now, that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
And here we go on 1st and goal. They'll run with Peterson. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
So backed up to the 6 now. 3rd and goal.
Let's go. Wide 80.
3rd and goal for Bridgewater. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Michael Pruitt, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. A post to the tight end for 6. Gosh, those guys are so tough to cover, aren't they? Just in general, tight ends running those patterns near the goal line.
Because you have to decide how you want to treat them. Are they a wide receiver? Are they a big extra blocker on the field? Or are they a hybrid and caught in between? So are you going to use a linebacker? Are you going to use a safety? Are you going to even move a corner in if you're going to play nickel or dime defense? They usually win those matchups because they have an answer for all 3 of those positions.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's polished off by a Viking score. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, look at the juke. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be...
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he powers his way up past the 30. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Now Cutler to throw on 2nd down. Wilson snags it left side. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
They go counter with Howard. And he takes it across midfield to the 45. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
This is Howard on 2nd down. And he's going to be met at about the 43.
Holding offense.
So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
Offense needs something here on second down. It is second and long. On second down, here's Cutler. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. And with a 3rd and 14, we have 6 defensive backs out there now defensively. Cutler will throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that first down pass.
Fresh set of downs here. Cutler gives it to Howard. And a short gain down to about the 33. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. A nice gain of 21 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving Day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gardens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them. I think that run gives us evidence that the defense is getting a little bit tired out there. They've been out in the field for a long time, and that last run, they just cut right through them.
Back to the ground, this time Langford. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They isolate Jeffrey to the left side. Cutler now to throw on 3rd down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal, and that does give them the lead. But the Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
And Rudolph has it, the tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. The offense certainly looking to score some points, but they also need ball security here late as we get down to the final moments of this one. 3rd and short yardage, Bridgewater. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. And leading here late, so a chance for the defense to really close out this game if they can halt the offense. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. A first down throw for Bridgewater. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they're going to speed things up here. He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. He's back to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Back to throw. Did he drop it? He dropped it in the end zone. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. So here we now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. I'll tell you, he better not rest on his laurels because there's a good chance they may need him again.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They have a little bit of time here to get to field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out. Get to overtime.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Cutler to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Anderson Aho. And he's able to get it back to right around the 20. So it all. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. So on now is Blair Walsh. 2 for 2 on the afternoon, and a 3rd would win it. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And, Charles, he hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
Exactly. And this was by far the most nerve-wracking. He just stepped up and calmly banged it through.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.